I personally really like a heads up on what I'm going to be doing in class, so I figured that I would include a class agenda, kind of a breakdown of what we would be doing today. So, the first step, students would be invited to read the text, "Thank you, ma'am." If we were in person, I would provide a handout. If we were online, obviously a PDF or Word doc, so that students could have the text right in front of them and they could take some individual time to read and process the story. Second, I would expect students to annotate the readings. There would probably be some kind of guidance to that, some certain things to look out for, such as unfamiliar words in this case, specifically because we are working on dialect. I think it would be really beneficial for students to highlight words or phrases that they don't really understand or that feel unfamiliar to them. Third, students would be invited to choose partners. This next activity would be within groups of 2 or 3, depending on the class size. Fourth, students would work in pairs to decipher some of these unfamiliar phrases. I'm going to have a handout that has a column of those unfamiliar phrases so that students can use the contextual evidence that they found through their annotations and individual reading so that they can work on deciphering the meaning behind those. For the fifth step, we'll come together as a class. There will be a third column on the handout where, as a class, we will discuss and decide what we think that the meaning is. Pretty much, we'll get collaboration from all groups. This is what the entire class has decided that these phrases or words mean. And finally, we will have a class discussion on the story itself. Why does Hughes choose to use Southern text, or excuse me, Southern dialect in his story? What are the benefits of that? What makes it more personal, or does it make it unpersonal to you because it feels unfamiliar? There are a lot of ways that we can take this class discussion. I think that it would be good to be teacher led in terms of questions or teacher directed, but I think really that conversation will kind of be driven by the students' inquiries and their answers to the questions.